Well, hello there, guys. Welcome to the Battle of Plassenois. We are here playing with the Prussians, for once, and we are going to go ahead and move on the village. We can see it right there in the distance. I think the first thing I want to do is just grab this huge entire group all together and proceed forward. I know the toughest thing is actually going to be breaking that church in front of us, Cathedral Church, whatever you'd like to call it. We've also got some cavalry over here, and we also have some artillery all the way back here. I want to try and get these guys right up close and personal once again. Oh, sorry, that's our artillery. Beautiful. So they're all part of this general army. We want to get the artillery right up here to start firing on the church. I know it seems like something terrible to do, but we must hit that church. We'll be back, my friends, once battle begins. Falls in Koenig. So first thing I'm going to do, folks, is I'm actually going to break off with a few of these units. We're going to take control from the AI so that we can control them directly. And I'm going to put them right over here to basically have a position across the river here in case Napoleon tries to send any of his troops over here to flank us. I don't think he's going to try that because crossing the river tile is a pretty hefty penalty, but you never know. Let's see how these boys are doing. The Fusilier Battalion of Geitringen. We might also have some Dutch working with us, but I believe our forces are mostly Prussian, not entirely Prussian. Once we spot them, our men will, of course, stop and begin firing when given the order. The rest of the army is continuing forward, guys, and we are starting to take artillery fire here. Pretty much expected that. There are elements of the Old Guard and the Young Guard in this actual defense, so this is a pretty big defense by the French army. They do not want to lose this position, and we need to make sure that they absolutely lose it. So over here we've got a Brigade Thévenet moving forward. I'm pretty sure it's a regular infantry brigade, but I immediately want to start facing it, essentially. We'll actually double quick with these boys. I don't like them getting that close. I'm shocked we can't see them at this distance, but 181 yards, yeah, I guess it could be a bit of a problem to spot them. Once we stop here, we should be able to see these guys, or at least very soon. Here we go. Firing can commence. Sehr gut, sehr gut. We're going to go ahead and order a volley shot. Hopefully we'll get one large shot from our men here. Right on them as they try to cross. They're definitely trying to cross here. Could even go for a charge. Let them have it, boys. Boom! Look at that line of Frenchmen that dropped right there. First volley, and something tells me that the next volleys are going to be even more devastating. But of course the gunpowder has already started to rise, and the battle has truly begun. We're starting to get there to the front with some of these other guys. I immediately want to set up. And again, we are taking control from the AI here on some of these occasions, not all. In general, that just means that even if it's not a great idea, as suggested by the PC, we're still going to go ahead and do it. In this case, I want to get these guys over here. Look at that lump of Frenchmen right there. We've got to get some units to start targeting them immediately. So we're sending over the 1st Battalion, the von Geitringen Brigade of the 1st Battalion. Surprised that's not good enough. And that's where the French are held out, is in that church. Looks like our men are focused on the church, but I want them to focus on these guys. Let's go ahead and order them forward. We're taking a lot of fire from that church area, but we need them focused over here. I don't like that the enemy's hiding behind this house here. Come on, boys. Right now, our main view is actually that church area. All right, let's see what's going on over here. Beautiful. These men have arrived. Let's give them a nice volley fire, and look at all of these men in this brigade. One volley from this unit is going to be just absolutely devastating. Prepare for volley fire, men. We'll send them to hell, also known as France. Shoot! There we go. Alright, and we're going to keep that unit on volley fire. So basically we'll only fire when every single guy has loaded. And I think it's going to be a lot more devastating. These guys have already started shooting, which is great. And they're on just fire at will mode, which I think is perfect for any of the French silly enough to get into this particular area, this close to us. On the river, basically trying to keep our focus away from the church. No, not good. And what I'm going to do is take our cavalry. They've already actually gotten into that square formation, so I might just go for a standard charge. I think we could break them really easily here. With a charge for the Koenig! Our actual uniforms look quite similar, with ours being navy blue and theirs being a light blue. So it's going to be tough to tell who is who on the floor after this nasty bayonet charge. But I think we're going to win this one. You can actually see a general back here, and that is Captain. It's actually Captain Bozaru. Come on, men! Leave no prisoners! We are Prussians! How dare they fight us? And there we go. We have a prisoner battalion here. We took Brigade Belair prisoner, guys. It's actually a pretty big deal in this game to take a unit prisoner. And as you can see, it looks like the artillery of the enemy is also running off there. Speaking of artillery, where's ours? It's right here. I want to grab these guys and bring them right up onto the church, guys. It seems crazy, but I know how this battle works. And I know that that church is going to be a really tough position to break. Look at the fight over here. Certainly going to need some medical attendants to attend to these men. Maybe cut some arms and legs off. The infection will set in there. And so far, these guys look fine. I don't see the point of moving the 1st Battalion here yet. They're doing an okay job. Although maybe getting another volley wouldn't be such a bad idea. Except they're taking a bunch of hits. I mean, they are being hit from all along the line here. So it's not exactly an easy spot where they are. There's a lot of men here. But at the same time, you know, you're taking shots from almost the entire French side over there at the bridge. In fact, let's see how our men are doing here. Johnson. Nice. Look at that. Devastating. And that's what happens when we get the volley fire on. We might actually continue doing that with just this unit. Because it is a morale breaker, you know, as soon as it works. And let's grab these units here, the 3rd Battalion. A little bit closer to the church once again. Do the same with these guys. Just try to overwhelm that area with manpower. Looks like just these 2 or 3 units are going to be able to keep the French at bay, I believe. And it looks like they're also doing a volley fire. With the amount of men they have there, I'm not at all surprised. They are definitely lacking men. And eventually that brigade's going to have to run the 27M de Ligne, the 19th Infantry Division. They're going to have to break. I'm amazed that they're still holding out. You have to admit it, they're quite brave. But another issue here is they've got a river to their backs. And they're not exactly about to run into that either. So I can see the concern here. Okay, we've got some readjustment by our men here. Must be careful. Let's have it, boys. Boom. See how these guys are doing. Alright, let's go. And that artillery is also arriving. That's what we really need, I think, to break the resistance at the church. Heck, to have any chance at breaking through the church, really. Another volley fire they should run after this. Our stone-faced Prussians, well, not exactly stone-faced, they're probably terrified because they've already lost quite a few men. That's part of the fight. And let's let them have it. Well, we weren't ready to fire yet. Interesting. Boom! Amazing. I'm actually shocked that these guys are still around. I'm not going for the charge, but I am tempted to. There's Captain Bozaru. He refuses to give up. Also, we apparently have a group of skirmishers here. And finally, the enemy pulled away. I'll put these skirmishers over here a little closer to the enemy. And we'll move the standard unit forward as well. Go ahead and take control of this unit. Whoa, our cavalry really went behind the lines. It really went out of their way. Thanks, but no thanks. Move them back. Alright, these boys might be in their best interest to pull back, actually. I'm going to keep them here just for the hell of it. They're doing a pretty good job, but I'm really starting to think that pulling back might be a good option. We, of course, move these men forward now. And it looks like there's an enemy general down here. It's not, or a captain, some sort of commander. It's not Bozaroo, he's doing fine, but some other French commander that got unlucky there. Took a musket ball to the face. Not our problem anymore. Oh yeah. Okay, some of the artillery seems to already be setting up. Very good sign. Fortunately, for those of you that are new to this game, we can't just charge into this church. It doesn't work like that. The only way to break the enemy out of this church is to basically fire and hit it enough times that they get sick of holding the position and they retreat. And as you can see, I mean, all that we have here are open windows. It's pretty hard for shrapnel to break through this particular structure, although we are hitting it, of course, with artillery, and shrapnel is breaking through at a very slow pace. Unfortunately, this takes quite a while to actually siege a position like this. Oh, c'est Motoland, I think. Meet God, isn't that with God? One of you guys that's better at reading these flags can tell me. Bring the cavalry over here. Heck, if we can get a really nice charge on our cav down this hill, why not? And even if they get into square formation, that's still going to help us. Alright, Escadron, fourth Escadron, go! They are having some trouble, though, getting in there. Let's see how this artillery's doing. It's a pretty dangerous position for our cannons. They need to start firing right away. Yeah, there's no way that the cavalry can get over there. Not sure if it's the topography or if it's just all our men in the way. Could be either or. This unit doesn't seem to be doing much, so I'm going to go ahead and move them up to the front. We'll have some Frenchmen over there to deal with, so all of these guys that still have a position should be moving to solidify our stand here on the church. Alright, I see some artillery firing here. Beautiful. What would be even better is if we could get this cavalry division behind the enemy over here. Get a quick attack, because they're definitely providing support to this church here. Is it a church? Maybe a cathedral? Excuse me. Let me know in the comments down below, guys. I always love when I get choked up during a video. It's always fun and always the appropriate time for that to happen. It never happens otherwise. Keep shooting, man. Keep shooting. We're almost there. This split battalion, I might send him over here, because we also want to target that unit. And I'm also tempted to kind of turn this guy to the left to target that unit exclusively. Let's do that. We can always turn back to the church later. That should already be good enough, but I'm going to do it even more. In fact, I'll move them forward a bit. Nice! We've got some Frenchmen on the run. Look at that! They're out of here. And let's hold here. Now, technically, we're not supposed to overlap these units. It actually gives us a bit of a negative. But we're going to do it anyway this once. We might actually end up charging here. Might not be such a bad idea. Completely drive them to the other side of the river. Here we go. Well, might need to be a little closer to charge, and also their fatigue is not looking good. Alright, nice. While that unit's on the move, beautiful volley shot there. Although I expected it to be a lot more effective than that. So this is another way we can perform a charge, guys. It's a bit cheap, but it works. And that's going to be, we're going to just go ahead and order a fast forward movement, essentially. And perhaps even just getting this close might be enough to get them into a charge. If not, we'll fast forward directly on top of the enemy. Here we go, men! Oh, the Koenig! This is the von Geitringen Brigade, guys, trying to drive off the French 19th Infantry Division and the Thevenet Division. So this one is Thevenet's division, it seems, one of them. Let's see how our men do here in bayonet combat with the French. We have the ferocity of the Koenig on our hands. I think it will not be a problem. Although they're doing okay. No, not so much. There we go. They're going to take off for sure. It looks like they may have managed to retreat. Yep, sure enough. They are retreating with their commander there, Bozaru, to get away as quickly as possible from our men. We could actually almost do a double charge here, but I don't know if I want to dispel their energy that quickly. Let's just get set up for standard target practice on the enemy. Let's just keep on moving some units closer. And yeah, those guys are completely taking off. I'm fairly sure this is going to go very well for us. That's right, men, line up. Volley fire formation. I don't think these French have faced much gunfire yet, so they're going to be pretty surprised to meet our soldiers here. All right, preparing for that volley. Let's hope it's a devastating one. Nice! Very nice shooting there. We're going to let them stick to the volley fire here and hopefully break that unit. The 19th Division of Infantry. I don't want to have to worry about it on our side or on our flank. It's just something that we want to get out of here. So hopefully with continued fire from this Prussian unit, these guys will break. And I'm really tempted to charge, I will say that. 2 double charges, or a double charge that's actually successful, that would be amazing. And as you can see, because our cavalry is approaching, they're actually getting into the square formation, which makes it a lot easier for us to not only shoot them, but also to charge them with infantry. So this could be a good chance, although for now I might stick to just firing on them. Let's go ahead and prepare another volley fire. Might do a volley and a charge. And there we go, guys. Our first group of French running away from the church there. They don't want any more of this battle. Who can blame them? Go ahead, we'll do the volley fire there. And charge! Imagine I'm telling you guys, 2 successful victories here with the 1st Battalion. The Schlesische Landwehr Regiment would just be an incredible day for this unit. They would have to win some commendations for the Koenig, and I dare say, maybe even time off the battlefield for a few months. After all, they have lost a lot of men during this battle. We can see there 281, 245, or 255 that they've killed. And you can see over here the casualties, what they've taken and what they've dealt. So it's pretty close, either way. But finally, I think they broke off. Yeah, our men were taken prisoner! It was an amazing fight, but they were finally taken prisoner, and I'm sure the French will treat them respectfully, because they definitely showed the French that we mean business. Try and avenge them and maybe even successfully retake that position. I'm going to move forward with the 1st Battalion here. But look at the body count, guys. Unbelievable. They definitely killed a lot of Frenchmen and caused some serious problems for the French army. But of course, as you can see now, they will not be going home to their families so soon. Alright, come on. Trying to force them into a square formation. Exactly what we want. I think this second charge will be more effective, but so far our men are not targeting them. You know they're targeting them because you'll actually see a little bullseye pop up. There we go. So let's halt here and give them the good old barrage here. Prepare to fire, boys! Oh, you glorious Prussia, give death to the enemy. You already see a few Frenchmen falling there. They're really trying to avoid getting trampled by cavalry. That's their biggest concern. I don't think they're going to have to worry about that for long, though. I think they're going to have to worry about this rifle fire. It's about to come from this unit. Boom! Right there. You have a little bit of defense there in the way of bushes, etc., but obviously it's not really going to do much. Kill them! See if you can save our boys. We're gonna fight to the last man, but I think just the amount of men we have here is gonna overwhelm them. There we go. Sure enough. Of course, our prisoners have been taken to the back of the line, but they still have some men that have surrendered here. Ooh, watch it, boys. Rules of war there. It looks like our guys got away with a few kills after the enemy surrendered. Who can blame them, though, really? This is part of life. At this point, we just completely aim towards the church there, guys, and we just want to fire away until it finally breaks. Some of our men are actually still fighting the enemy across the river there. I wouldn't have let that happen. Had I known that was happening, I would have maybe gone and gotten those guys. But it's okay. Not the end of the world. Just want to get these guys even closer. Basically, just the more firepower guys we can put on this unit, the better off we're going to be. Pretty straightforward tactics here. Can already spot them from here, but again, I want to get a little closer. That should be alright. Weapon fire at will. I don't think there's any point in having a volley fire going here. However, our artillery was definitely pushed back over here in this location, and I kind of anticipated that. I didn't expect them to really survive that long in front of a church brimming with fire, with gunfire, so I kind of knew that was going to occur, but at least we tried. A lot of men lost on this hill, obviously. I mean, they have a very good defensible position. You know, that's just the way it is. Alright, very nice. You guys can stay here. Skirmisher battalions, brigades, battalion. You can see just how much firepower we're putting on this thing, but it still is going to take. It's going to take the time it takes, put it that way. In the meantime, we just kind of are watching the battlefield. Make sure we haven't forgotten any men. We've also got units over there, but we don't control those. We specifically control these men, and look at that. These guys, I'm amazed. Von Guttringen Brigade is still fighting a group of French infantry over here. It's pretty funny. Although a little unnecessary. We don't necessarily need to lose all these men just to prove a point. Let's go ahead and do a volley fire here. If you're going to shoot at the enemy, at least do it in unison. But are we savages? Are we French? Ready to shoot, men. I always usually click the volley fire early, but I might let them actually build up to it now. Should be good enough. Nice. I'm going to take Oberstleutnant Johann Felix von Blandowski here. Definitely not a Polish name at all. Blandowski. We're going to put him over here, guys. So again, even closer to that church location, and let's take the cavalry. Problem is, moving through the graveyard here on the church is pretty tough on our men. Not easily accomplished, apparently. at least anybody trying to escape this church is immediately going to be overrun by this this cavalry unit. But otherwise, you're pretty safe from this cavalry unit. See if you can get a nice quick charge. It'd be beautiful if you get a nice quick charge on that French infantry there. He doesn't even see it yet. 4th Escadron. Oh, I think they spot us. Okay, well, I guess they ran away in a very anticlimactic way. They just kind of took off. Yeah, we're not interested in fighting you guys. And look at that! Look at that! Did we just get them all to run? Guys, look at this. This is insane. Yes! Okay, a few French running away from this location quite quickly. That worked indirectly. Just kind of scared them. Right up there. I don't think it's going to be long before before it determines, I should say, whether or not we've taken this location or not. But I'm pretty sure there's just one more unit in there, and that is the unit that broke off, ran away. Obviously, we're going to try to chase him down, but easier said than done. Much more important just to take them out of this position than it is to actually chase these guys down. So let's keep up some volley fire. There we go. I think we've got the next group of Frenchmen breaking out, my friends. And at this point, we just want to try and put as many units in this area so that we actually take this location. The victory point becomes ours. So I'm immediately going to move forward with our General, or actually it's a Major, to this location. And we'll move forward with this unit as well, all these battalions. But the battle looks to be ours. The enemy has completely abandoned the cathedral, and good idea, too. It wasn't exactly the safest place to be, let's be honest. So some of these guys are just kind of merging together right now. Let me halt and make sure that our men are not just going to let them reform here. I don't like them reforming. You don't have permission to reform. Surrender now, lay down your arms, or we will fire. Yeah, they are definitely trying to get back into the fight here, man. Treachery. Okay, it's good. We're not going to allow this to take place. We gave them a chance to leave, and they didn't take it. And there we go, a direct volley fire into them. They're not going to be standing around for long this way. They're going to have to surrender or retreat off the battlefield. I don't want them reforming so close to this victory location. Alright, we're almost there, boys. We're actually getting some units into this church. I would go for a charge, believe me, but I don't want to risk any more units surrendering or just having any sort of issue. I think it's just the safest thing to do right now is to keep our distance, fire, take this location, and minimize casualties. I really think it's the best thing to do. So that's what we're doing. Give it to them, boys. Boom. We've got some Frenchmen over there to our east. I did not expect them to attack. Thought we had beaten off all of them, but there's still a few, so I might send this infantry unit here to provide some resistance. That's it. Let our men have at them. They've kept this rage pent up long enough. Finish them off. Alright, nice. Looks like they're taking off. And is the location ours yet? Not quite. We still need to put more victory points in this location, apparently. Halt here. Victory! That's it! Beautiful! So statistics-wise, guys, there we go. Enemy casualties, 1,075. 1,235 casualties on our side. A nice little battle, nonetheless. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see some more Scourge of War Waterloo battles, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. And let's give 3 cheers for the Konig on this fight. Take care, friends.